Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some NFL draft tape breakdown and analysis. We are transitioning to off-season draft mode here at Steelers Depot. Still, personally, very early into my draft work, my draft preparation, but I will be at the Senior Bowl here at the end of January, and one guy that will be there as well is Wisconsin defensive tackle Keeanu Benton. To me, a guy I'm watching right now, and I'm pretty impressed by. This video won't be a final conclusions. I'll have a scouting report on Benton shortly on Steelers Depot in the next couple of days, but I do want to go through a couple of highlights here that are capturing my attention. And just some a size standpoint, Pittsburgh really likes the guys that have good size and good length, especially look the part. The Cam Haywards, Chris Wormley, etc. Benton, a guy that's 6'4", 317 with reportedly about 34-inch arms, and so he looks the part. But to the tape here, watching him as number 95 on this zone run, and as the back cuts back, Benton able to create length and space in the run game, find the ball carrier, get off the block, and make the tackle. And so a nice job here. Now the back changes path, and so is that really on the offensive lineman? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but you're seeing Benton create that space and length here with that size that he has, vision on the football, and as the back cuts back, gets off the block and makes the tackle. I wouldn't consider Benton to be an incredibly explosive or fantastic athlete, but I think he flows down the line on these zone schemes really well. He's a difficult guy to reach and cut off, and you see that here watching this game against Purdue. There is Benton, and you see the right guard unable to cut him off as he flows and works down the line and again makes the tackle. He does a great job to finish these plays, not just impact and change the back's path, but actually make the tackle. And so you see the center climb to the second level, the right guard trying to cut him off, trying to get his head across. He can't. And Benton, again, working down the line, finding the runner, and making the stop. Of the couple of games that I've watched so far on Benton, I thought his tape against Michigan State was among the best that I've seen. You guys see it here early in this one, be able to swim, defeat the block, and again, make the tackle here against the run. Really strong run defender. He's long, he's strong, he generally plays with good leverage. Has to be a bit more consistent with technique, not dropping his eyes, staying on his feet, but he's got a wrestler background, was a really good high school wrestler, and here you actually see a good deal of explosiveness, and you see him be able to swim over the offensive lineman immediately, and then again, finish the play as well. So right over center, a great swim move. While he's not a fantastic athlete, you see this guy be able to bend and dip as a pass rusher, more so than what I thought he would, and a really strong rep here. Again, like we showed against Purdue, here's an example of him flowing down the line to make a play in the run game and unable to be reached and cut off and finding the runner and then making the tackle. And you see him here, 95, not getting reached by 59. I believe that's the center on this play. And although Benton's a bit taller, he's 6'4". He plays the nose quite a bit, 0 tech, 1 tech, and does a good job here with his leverage overall. And you see a guy that again, not a great athlete, but I think he's, not terrible either. Certainly, adequate, and he's got good snap out of his stance, and you really see it on some of these zone schemes. This is less about Benton specifically, but just the scheme in which he played in. And Wisconsin had a pro-style type defense that's pretty similar to what Pittsburgh runs, a great coaching staff, and Jim Leonard, who I know has left the school, but was with Benton, obviously, for the last couple of years. You see a run stunt on this play of him looping over and kind of working into a different gap. Now, Pittsburgh doesn't run a ton of run stunts. They used to do more. They haven't done as many lately, probably with a younger, greener defensive line. But you're just seeing pro concepts, again, playing in some even fronts and 0 tech and things that you'll see in Pittsburgh. And that's one of the reasons why Isaiah Loudermilk, the team traded up for him a couple of years ago. And he was a guy that had, the size, didn't even have the length, but just had the body type in terms of height and weight. And Benton's a more filled out and has longer arms, but a guy that's played in a system that would be, similar to what he would do in Pittsburgh. Last clip, and I want to give credit to Tyler Browning, who posted this one on Twitter back in December. I couldn't find the clip myself, and so I'm not going to rewind and actually talk to the tape like the other clips. I'm just going to run this one through, but this is a sack against Illinois. And while I mentioned earlier, Benton's not a terrific athlete that has great foot speed, What I think is impressive about him as a pass rusher is some of that hip and ankle flexibility, ability to corner. You see that here off the spin move to finish this play, to dip and kind of get skinny along the edge and pick up the sack here. And you don't see that from a lot of guys of his size, his body type. And so while I think he has to work on the pass rush plan, I would never have him use a spin move. It just seems so counterintuitive to how he can win, and his bull rush is not refined. I expected him to be able to collapse the pocket more than what I saw. I think there actually is some traits in terms of his athleticism that are attractive, that says this guy can be a serviceable pass rusher, although he probably won't ever be a great pass rusher in the NFL. So those are my quick and early thoughts on Keeanu Benton. I really like his background. I like the system he played in. I like the height, weight, length, at least reported, 34 inches. We're going to find out some more exact measurables come the Senior Bowl. And so I think he's the guy that's going to fit what Pittsburgh wants. My early NFL comp on him as a Dalvin Tomlinson type, a guy that, similar stature, similar style, is kind of a run stuffer with some pass rush ability, that played in a quote-unquote pro-style system. Tomlinson at Alabama, Benton at Wisconsin. They're both high school wrestlers. They both understand leverage and technique, and that certainly does not hurt. And so for Pittsburgh, I would expect heavy investment in trenches, especially if they do not re-sign Larry Ogunjobi, Chris Wormley, Tyson Alualu is almost certainly going to retire if he hasn't already and just hasn't told anybody. And so Andy Weidel, the assistant GM, builds this thing inside out, and I think they're going to take a really long look at Keeanu Benton come draft time. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. If you like this style, if you like these draft videos, let me know if you want to see more. Hopefully YouTube doesn't nuke this video with college tape. It gets a little dicey, so I'm going to have to this is a test balloon to some of the NFL draft stuff. And be sure to check out Steelers Depot. Got a ton of draft profiles coming up. One will be on Benton here over the next couple of days, so be sure to just search the word Benton in the search bar and see if it's popped up. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. And we'll talk to you soon.